I'll actually record this time. Sweet. Okay, so I told Involve and Marskit I will, like I have kind of an early day tomorrow, so I probably won't stay for a lobby afterwards. But today I will we'll be looking at Lingling versus Samsora, the most recent set that they did at Frostbite 2020. So I'll call it the most. It's probably the highest level Peach Ditto that's happened. So it's a really good one to look at. And before then, I'm gonna get you guys started on one last drill, which should be a very informative one. Yes. Yes. Right. So, stream should be good now. Okay, so the drills I got you guys to do so far, it's gonna build the one I'm gonna do now is gonna build on the last ones that we or the first one that we did, and mainly I want to focus on this Nair. So I got you guys to make sure that you guys are using your float and fast falling down, can use all your aerials, and then you can do these quick Nairs. And now I want to do something that will help sort of translate to how it can help your neutral game. And I've come up with a pretty good drill on how to do that. And basically, when I was looking over this Peach Ditto, I noticed that there's a lot of the situation changes very quickly because Peach can do a lot of different things, and being able to keep up with it, you also need to have very good movement. But part of that also, it comes from this initial idea that I had of just knowing what all of your options are. So that's what I'm going to get you guys to do, is instead of just always hitting with this Nair and comboing on whomever, I want to try and get you guys used to using it as a mix-up tool. So the drill is to Nair, do a dash forward Nair, and then do a different option out of it every time. So you would Nair and then dash back, or Nair and dash back with a back air, or Nair and then shield, or Nair and then down tilt, or Nair and then grab. Okay? Or Nair and go into your float. So last class, the drill was using your out of shield, knowing what your options are out of shield. So you can go into your float out of shield, you can do an aerial out of shield. Yeah. So today it's same sort of thing. So Nair, dash back, Nair, float, Nair. You can even dash forward and do another Nair, Nair and up air. Say, for example, if you Nair a shield, then they have to buffer an option to get out. So a common thing that they can do is to jump out of shield. So you can cover that with an up air. So Nair and then up air is another good one. So that's the drill that I want to introduce you guys to. It is simple, but it will directly translate to your neutral game if you are keeping in mind the different mix-ups that you can do. So just some simple ones to sort of break it down. Nair, dash back, and then do Nair, dash back with a back air, Nair, and then float. And then even later you can even just mix up and do your different options out of it. Yeah, and then Nair and then shield. And you can even, after that, do Nair and then shield, and then do an aerial, or Nair and then shield, and then jump out. Okay? So it's, as we're going to see, it's very important to be able to switch up the options that you guys are doing. Oh, and hello, Dad. Okay, and that is the drill. Okay, so is that pretty clear with everyone?
Yes, sounds good.
Alright, cool. So I will go into the set analysis for the day. It's going to be a Peach Ditto.
It's on screen, bro.
Oopsie. Yeah, so it's going to be a Peach Ditto. So I will go ahead and switch the scene to get you into, yeah. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and get to that on my stream. Put that down. So background for this one, it's actually in the best of 3 territory. So unfortunately, it's not a best of 5. They don't play more games. So it's round 2 pools. Lingling versus Samsora. What is special about this set is that Lingling does take a game off of Samsora, so it which is like, oh my god, it was actually a pretty close game. Not the first game of this set, but overall, he does bring it pretty close, which is why it's a good one. Though there are a couple of reasons why Samsora edges it out here, and he actually just plays so fast. And it ties into the drill that I just gave you of just knowing all the different things you can do at any given time. So, actually, that's even... Okay, so they both actually pluck a turnip here. In a Peach Ditto, I try not to pluck turnips as the first thing I can do, just because you give up like being able to move to center stage, and they don't actually get anything out of these turnips, so it's like you could have actually just moved. I will pluck a turnip on Town and City, but not any other stage, actually. That's just a me thing, though. You can totally, but I've just found that works. Anyway, yeah, so it's going to be same drill. Let's get to it. So again, they're going to be fighting for stage control, and then the first opening is... first opening, they trade Falling Nair, and then Samsora has position here. So after he lands this... after they trade here... So... Lingling is out of position, and Samsora is in position. So they both dash forwards, but Samsora gets the better of it. He goes for a jump cancel fastfall in there. And then quick combo, that is a good one to do in Peach Dittos, because she is a bit floatier. You can't always connect the Nair after the down tilt, so I like going for up air, and you can do up air fair. Totally true combo. And he just sort of never lets go. So there, he dashed in to continue center, used the up air to follow the landing. Yeah, so he went high there, and that was a bit of a scramble. Okay, so then... Yeah, here, Lingling goes for up air. So up air, very good option for dealing with... or down air, sorry. Down air is a good option for dealing with when Peach is doing grounded stuff. So if you notice that a Peach is going for lots of grounded nairs, or just dashing back and forth on the ground and not jumping, not using their floats, that's when you go in with Dare, and that makes it a very strong option. So, and that's what Lingling did here. And then he combos into fair. Maybe I'll turn this a little bit down. Cool. And a lot of this comes out of just the position. The initial combo he did put him so far in the lead, and he's just staying to the right of him and using his hitboxes. He's going above with jump cancel fastfall nairs when Lingling is on the ground. You don't have to be using that if like the tech skill's not there. I encourage you like check up a guide to see how to do that and add it to your game. I don't even use it all that much, but the principle is still the same. Even if you're playing slower, is use a high aerial when they're on the ground, or like you can do a falling fair or something like that. So, and that's a lot of how he's approaching this matchup. Is like Lingling's trying to stay grounded. And then he goes for like jump cancel fastfall nairs. See, like here, he's just continuously keeping position. That time he went a little bit further over, so he got punished, but nothing significant. But Lingling does get him off of him. And that was a rising nair to beat out the down air. So again, if they are using a falling aerial like down air, then you can use a rising aerial, nair and back air work. I did also update the dock with like common options, and I'll go over those after I've done this. just to like give you guys a note of like to look at of how to apply this. Okay, and see that was a way overextension that put him out of position, and like yes, he has to do catch up here, but that's not how you do it. We talked about how putting yourself off stage for these like crazy reads doesn't work most of the time. So okay, and that time he was just late, but oh, and the outspaced forward air. So Lingling just sort of missed there, and then he caught the landing with the up smash. But Samsora's positioning has just been consistently better. Um, and see, that was a good out of shield. So he floated out of shield, and then he went for his fair. And the grounded flare, just a good active move. Again, it does count as a grounded move. Caught Lingling doing a rising back air, I think it was, and just he missed. And then followed up with the up air because Lingling's going for falling aerials here. So he's like trying to fall with his nair, and Samsora scattered it out. So he's just recognizing these situations like very, very fast. Part of it is just because his movement is a lot better than Lingling's at this point. So the more you guys will get used to the mix-ups that you can do out of your movement of like, okay, now that I've dashed, I'm gonna jump here and go back down to the ground immediately. Once you guys get used to using those mix-ups, then the application is like all of this stuff when you're going like crazy fast. So that time Samsora went for a read, didn't work out. The nair was faster than forward air there, so and then Lingling tried to dash attack out of the corner and it just didn't work. So again, when you're in the corner, just always better to just sort of chill. And okay, yeah, Town and City, I will pluck a turnip on this stage. So Samsora is playing a little bit more aggressive this game, and it's part of why Lingling takes it. Like, see the spacing? He's a little bit too close, but Lingling, he's playing safer now. He's ready to chill it on the corner, and Samsora spacing a little bit too close. He did win these exchanges, but it's like it shows me that like his mindset is he's like out for blood right now, and see he's being a little too aggressive there. So. Okay, and this was a great out of shield from Lingling. So just showing like he knows Peach's full out of shield game. So that time he was shielding. He floated out of shield when he saw the spot dodge and punished it. And Lingling actually has a very clean ledge pressure here. So he went for that back air, but he was still positioned to inner to the stage and was able to cover when Samsora tried to force his way on with his down air. So it goes a little bit too far there, but he did get the hit, so it was okay. And then the grounded forward air catches him, but see how Samsora, he went for that read way over here and just sort of let Lingling on. Yeah, and then Lingling gets over. So like these like little positioning things do make or break games. As Lingling just being hesitant on the ledge. But see this game, like Lingling's like down to just sort of chill when he's in the corner. He's not forcing his way out, whereas Samsora is, and Samsora is just like trying to end it quickly. He's just trying to crush him. So he's going off stage and stuff. Oh, actually, that is a good mix-up off of the ledge. I wouldn't usually recommend it, but if you can save your float, you can do that by side B'ing directly to the ledge. Yeah, if you side B directly to the ledge, then you save your float, and then you can just buffer float when you get off the ledge, and you can do stuff like that. So that just caught Lingling off guard, and he was standing way too close. Okay, side B definitely totally has a use. Is good on shield, and he caught Samsora landing there. Oh, this ground float back air actually is a pretty good option about countering back air, about countering down air. See there it traded, but you can hit out. Peach extends her hurt box with Dare, so you can throw out a grounded bear to beat it out sometimes if they're floating a little bit too low. So you can keep that in mind. And see, Lingling's doing a good job of keeping position, but he got hit by that fair. And like position is very important for this matchup because Peach doesn't like being by the ledge, and Samsora, I mean Peach also likes keeping people by the ledge. So if you are a Peach against a Peach and you're on the ledge, you are going to get rocked. But here just shows like ways that you can get out of the corner, because eventually you are going to have to get out. So that time he did the same float thingy that Samsora did, but he noticed that Samsora was going too close, and he just sort of jumped over and used his float. So you don't have to force your way out. That time he saw his opportunity and he took it. So like, yes, you like chill at the corner, but when you realize, okay, now they're overcommitting, that's when you go. And the more you get into those situations, the more you're going to recognize them. Okay. See, and there's the back air. Samsora didn't do a very good job of mixing his way down to the ground. So again, last class I told you about fast fall air dodge out of float. So he could have actually floated all the way over here, but instead he fast falled down and he went for an aggressive option way out of position, and he got hit for it. So again, like Samsora's playing a little too aggressive. He's trying to end it, and Lingling actually just showed a grab ledge there, but ground float up air, very good at catching if you see people floating above you. And then he had a turnip in hand, so he did up air, turnip, nair. So very good combo. Into the back air. So Lingling, yeah, this is where like Lingling starts to pull ahead a little bit. Get that jump cancel fast fall of his own. Because Samsora's not moving as well here anymore. He's staying sort of more stationary, and he's not using his high-low stuff anymore. And Lingling also, like, he's comfortable, like, sort of chilling out. So he did put himself in the corner, but he realizes, like, okay, I'm not going to chase Samsora here right now. I made a mistake. So he waited until he found his opportunity where Samsora, like, pulled a turnip. Okay, and that was just a really good conversion. So I did also put that in the doc of like rising turnip can really help. Yeah, rising turnips can really help cover when people are floating in front of you also. Just going to take a look at that. So good combo to get him off the stage. And then he caught the jump with a really quick ground float in air. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend standing that close all the time, but, you know, sometimes going for those kind of reads work. And that is another way to cover options like that, just putting a hitbox out. Samsora is trying to force his way on. Again, he wasn't being as patient as he could have. Okay. And then, yeah, so starts the dare pressure to try and, because he saw the shield, and then puts himself in the corner. Samsora is like, okay, no, I'm going to chill, and gets back to center. And that's just a very good parry. Yeah, the rising turnip saw that he was floating. And then Stitch Face, very very fortunate for Samsora. So it does force Lingling to back off, and now we're like in this corner pressure situation. Yeah, that was the second one. He actually could have comboed into fair there. So even though he goes for that short hop fair, he positioned himself so he's closer. Now he's going for pressure. He saw that Lingling floated, so he just sort of does his first, and because he's in position, he can just sort of go for it. So Lingling wasn't supposed to jump there. And he's just sort of not ready for that, but he keeps position. Oopsie. This is a weird trade. The mix-up, when he empty landed, he just sort of grabbed. You don't always have to go for an aerial. So a lot of this is just like Samsora having a very good idea of the mix-ups, and he's stopped being as like chase you down aggression type. He's starting to slow down and recognize the opportunities. So that time, Lingling stayed too close to the ledge. He didn't down tilt early enough, so he didn't have the right dash. Or he could have also just sort of done his dash back air, but instead he was too slow. If he went in for a back air, then he could have covered that. So, and Samsora was ready. He dashed and was ready to cover it. So that time he didn't roll, but he was still ready and was able to keep the spacing. So even though he didn't catch the get up option, he was still ready for to get this punish. So when you do have position, just like soft coverage moves, and then that can give you time to recognize what your next move should be. Yeah, it gets a little bit too close, so Lingling is able to get out his nair faster. So yeah, using the turnips as ledge coverage. Yeah, and see that turnip, Lingling realized he could go further, but Samsora, he was ready. And a lot of this he got like 76% out of just safe, good corner pressure, and not overextending. So that one fair that he did out of the corner, it did trade, but that one fair was why he died. Like, again, it's not super bad, but he could have kept that going even longer if he really wanted to make Lingling feel it. So yeah, that's Samsora realizing that Lingling is staying more grounded, so he's going for more falling hitboxes with his jump cancel fast fall in there. And yeah, the rising aerials counting the covering the float. So that's like another mix-up he did. So he didn't nair that time. He went for the ground float forward air and just sort of canceled it in time and realized, okay, I can do this jumping nair now. So that's sort of the stuff that you get out of just realizing, like doing a quick move, ending it, and then noticing, okay, this is what my next move should be. And knowing all of your options will help you start realizing these situations. And now, like, Lingling is really being scared here. So, like, he did, like, put himself even off stage when he actually could have rolled here. And Samsora's... yeah, he is positioning himself like in a very good spot. And so yeah, Lingling's overextending now. He went for that jump nair way out there. Was able to parry this, but he definitely doesn't have the same sort of corner position that Samsora has at this point when he does get his hits in. So he's like sort of letting Samsora get back and not choosing the right options to come forwards, but gets a soft nair into forward air, so it is falling up off of the hits really well. But rising bear to cover the float, and then overextends with the dash attack, and that's it. Okay, but was a lot like a very, very close game. Yeah, it was a very, very close game, but like Samsora was just moving faster, and like how you move is really just like how well do you know all of your different options out of your like dashes or out of your nairs or out of your shield, right? And that's just like Samsora just consistently like dipping into his bag a little bit better. So I did also update the document, so I just put like a little bit of like how to deal with a Peach Ditto. So like and this is just also showing that like stage control is like your main goal in Smash Brothers in general, and how you approach different matchups can change how that works, what moves you should do, but the fundamentals stay the same. So I did want to like break it down a little bit of like how you should be thinking about a matchup. So like fundamental, like Nair is just a fantastic move because it's like it's quick, it's hard to punish, and it starts a lot of her shield pressure, so it's great at shutting down other grounded options. Low commitment, can be done with jump cancel fast fall, very fast and beat out grounding options. But how do you do that? How do you beat that is with falling aerials. Actually, I should have put that in first, but falling aerials, and I'll put that in bold. Great at pressuring and this will be like your jump cancel fast fall nairs and your down airs. So how do you beat falling aerials? You use your rising aerials. So there were a couple instances where like Lingling, he would go for like a rising down air and he outspaced Samsora's forward air, and that can also be safe on shield. And he did use a couple rising bears and nairs to catch jumps. Though like jump cancel fast fall nair is very good because it's like just hard to get. It's just very fast and it comes down immediately. And in a Peach though, you don't have that range, so it's very easy for Peach to get in with that nair if you're not using your movement. So don't be in the same place for too long. Keep them guessing. Low range character, so he doesn't have the options to set out another Peach's movement, and constantly be mixing it up. And then also ground float up air, very good at calling out Peach's float heights from the air, and can combo into another up air or the forward air like we saw, and is great platform pressure. So turnips are great combo starter. Rising turnips to call out jumps. Falling turnips to start shield pressure and stop ground movement. And grounded turnips are good for whiff punishing. So if they commit to something too far away, that's when you use your turnip and can go for a punish. Also, when you are throwing turnips on the ground, make sure you don't always go for a dash attack. There are a lot of situations where like they'll shield the turnip and you still go for a dash attack anyway, and I still do this all the time. But you can just like when you throw a turnip, you have to realize that's my time to start pressure. So you can go for a short hop forward air because that's like the thing that's going to stop them from jumping, which is a very common out of shield option. Or you can nair if they continue to hold shield, and then you can do like a nair grab or different stuff like that. Okay, so is that clear, or did you? Yeah, is that clear?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool.